What's good? It's your boy Herb Tutter. Welcome back to the show, The Transition. I am wearing this mask because mom's made it for me. 100% salute, always representing my city. Whether I'm there or not, always I put on for my city. But 100%, definitely, thank you, moms, for making that for me because that I really do 100% appreciate it. Today, I am talking about the blind leading the cripple. It was stated by a few people that I was out here in the upper Northwest pretending, not letting people out here know who I really was. And I think that's the furthest from the truth because I think most of the people out this way know more about me than most of the people that claim to be family and friends in Chicago knows about me. I say 100% that it's my fault because I allowed the blind to lead me down the road of destruction and I saw it, but I think maybe one more block we would have made it down the pathway of glory. But, having grown up on the southeast side and, living the code of silence and secrecy and not going against the grain, if these people are supposed to be your friends or your family, is that, you're going to allow them to steer you in the wrong direction or down the wrong path. It kind of reminds me of like the movies that are going on right now. Like when they start off with the end and you feel sorry and you have empathy and sympathy for the one character until they rewind and take you back to the beginning and you realize this person that you felt sorry for and you had empathy and sympathy was the person that actually started the whole caper. They were the reason why it went wrong because they didn't know what they were doing or how they were doing it. They were just doing something, and the other people got kind of roped along in the caper. I realized you can't play the fool for everybody and expect not to be played like a doormat. I say this a lot of times. A lot of times people take you on their capers. They have no idea of where they're going. They're taking you down a road that leads to a dead end. And in all facts, these individuals are people that are unhappy with themselves and they want you to be just as unhappy as they are. So, as I've said on a number of occasions, misery loves company. And miserable people love to make sure that you're miserable with them. I noticed that a lot of people on Facebook, when you follow them year after year, they've grown, but these are, the same judgmental individuals that will not allow other people around them to grow. For me, I realized that a lot of the entitled individuals are the people that are on Facebook, on IG, and everywhere else, having everybody feel sorry for whatever decisions they made or feeling sorry because people decided to get up off the floor and not let you wipe their feet on you anymore. It's amazing how a few people are saying that I'm pretending when I am who I say I am all day long. I have no problems with telling people my backstory. I have no problems. I mean, that's if I know you. If I don't know you, I'm not telling you nothing. But if I know you, I have no problems with telling my portion because your portion is just as bad. If it was a relationship that broke, it took two people to make it, and it took two people to break it. And it's amazing that, I've told many of people that my phone number has never changed. And it's funny how people never really contact you, but they'll contact people around you and give their story and tell the things that happen from their standpoint so you could feel sorry for them, but they never seem to contact the person that they're talking about. Most of the times because I'm a great advocate for myself, and I'm okay with saying where I made some mistakes, and I'm okay with saying that, man, I did this. But there are some things that you done as well, you know. And I think the frustrating part about that is that when people can't understand that it's more than one person that makes or breaks anything, I think that sends us in a different direction when, I guess, feeling empathy or sympathy for a person. You know, I don't look for anybody to feel sorry for me for what has took place in my life. I'm not looking for anybody to like me like that. You know, I'd rather be the bad guy than be anybody's doormat anymore. You know, I've chased a many of people trying to keep up with my kids. I've chased a many of people trying to keep up with family. I've chased a many of people trying to keep up with friends that were family. You know, and everybody seems to always have an excuse on why they can't keep up with you or why you did them so wrong, but they never seem to open up that conversation because it's always a two-way street. You know, and that's one of the reasons why I'm releasing the dark side, because I want to speak on it, you know, and prayer said it 100%. And that's one of the singles that's on there, prayer. People want beef, but they don't want to declare war. And it's because a lot of people want to hear, and they want to hear themselves talk, but they want to get their story out to everybody, and everybody feels sorry for whatever took place 100 years ago, you know. But when another person, meaning myself, comes up and says, hey, remember you did this, can't hear from them again. Ghost and everything else. So the dark side, I'm like, okay, no problem. I don't have to say anybody's names, but I'm going to speak on it. I'm going to talk about everything, and I'm not looking for any sympathy or empathy from anybody to solidify me. You know, I made many of great decisions. I made many of bad decisions. You know, I've owned up to them. I've apologized to the people. You don't accept my apology, then it is what it is. You know, but I'm going to tell you, my values haven't changed. If you were a 100% rider, I roll with you. If you were an entitled little snot that thought that everybody owed you something, and you made some decisions and you decided to let everybody ride on your who ride, which and you ain't even tell nobody what, you know, like where we were going or what we were doing, don't expect me to feel sorry for you, or don't expect me to lie for you and make you out to be this great person when, come on, man, just because your mask was a different color doesn't mean that you wasn't in here doing this caper. You know, we all had on black masks. You had on a purple one, so we was all, you know, so when the police come, they supposed to not arrest you. Come on, man. You did just as much wrong as I did as well. So don't judge me, and I won't judge you. Check your progress, because a lot of times you'll see that haters, some of these haters are still doing the exact same thing that they were doing years ago, and they're upset because you figured out what life was about, you know, and they're still trying to play the same game, and the moves are looking so old now. It's like they doing a churn right now. You know, understanding that situation, if you understand what dance that is, it goes way, way, way back. They doing a churn right now, and they thinking they doing something up to date, and everything else in that game is so slow, it's ridiculous. They're upset because you're actually ahead. And for me, I tell you, don't let the blind lead the cripple. You know what I'm saying? I may not be able to move as fast or do everything that I was doing when I was a little bit younger, but I'm going to tell you one thing, I'm not blind, and I can see who's for me, and I can see which road is the best road for me, and I'm not going down the road of destruction anymore with all of the wrong people. The pathway to glory is a couple of blocks up, and you know what? I'm going to take my time, and I'm going to do what I got to do, and I'm going to move with the people that's for me. So I tell you to do the same. Don't let anybody that's blind to the fact of what you're trying to do lead you anywhere. You know, because again, these people will blame you for everything, and then they will do the famous ghosting. We all know how I feel about that. It's your boy Herb. Listen, do something for somebody else. Trust me, to give you a chance to figure out where you're supposed to be. Never do I pretend. I am exactly who I am. I represent Chicago everywhere I go. I represent myself everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not afraid to be who I say I am. Go check out that album. I Am Who I Say I Am, Part 1, The Light Side. It's on Spotify right now. Anywhere you can download. But do understand that I'm getting ready to come with that Part 2, The Dark Side. And I will be shining some light on a lot of people that like to sit in those corners and pretend themselves. Until the next time, holla at your boy.